We are here, another episode with Rima Rafe Live, Real Talk Live Friday. I haven't actually done these episodes for a while, and this is, I think it's been a couple months. And today I have an amazing friend and a guest, realtor, mom, wife, and amazing human in general. I want to welcome you, my dearest Megan Farrell. Good morning,
Hi.
Megan. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. I can say all of those wonderfully kind things you said about me right back to you. So super excited to be with you today.
Well, thank you. Glad you're here. And you're Florida Palm Coast,
Yep.
beautiful Florida. I always see you post on the water, and I'm jealous, especially the house that you posted yesterday. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, so we have the heat here and we have the desert, but it's okay. So, Megan, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you have a beautiful 2-year-old now.
3.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. It flies. I'm Megan, as Rima said. I'm a real estate agent in Northeast Florida. I live in Palm Coast. It is right off of the east coast of Florida, right south of Jacksonville and north of Daytona. I live here with my husband, Brady. We have a 3-year-old son named Elijah. And Brady and I are in business together. He is also a real estate agent. He was a buyer first, and then I moved into his house. and Now we work together. We have been working together for over 5 years. We have a team of just about 10 agents. Our 10th agent's getting licensed right now. We have an office with 25 here locally. And we're just building our business and living life at the beach.
Awesome. So you mentioned you've been in the business for how long?
10 years.
10 years and you always had a team, or you started as a solo?
Yeah, so I started as a solo agent, and I did that for about, I would say like about right under 2 years. And I just knew innately that I didn't want to work all the time. I didn't want to work 24/7 and, you know, be every weekend and not go on vacation. And especially when you're early in your career, really having to put in those longer hours and having to answer when you're on vacation. I knew that that was something I didn't really want to do. So I started a team less than 2 years in the business, and it's the Megan Farrell team. And I made every single mistake I think that someone could make when building a team.
All relate.
Yeah, over the last like 7 years almost. And I feel like, just I had a partner, and, we tried to split things evenly. It didn't work. How that goes. You try to split things evenly, then someone works more, someone works less, someone feels like they're getting shorted. I've had agents, like 7 agents, burned it all down. And really, I think one of the main things that caused us to have so many issues was like trying to figure out the right compensation structure with providing the value. And just the brokerages I was at previously really didn't allow for me to do that. And it wasn't until the last 3.5 years where we've really been able to get some traction with figuring out how to make sure everyone's compensated fairly, right? Because we want our agents to make money who work with us. And also, we are doing a lot of work to help them build their businesses, provide them resources. So we needed to be compensated fairly. And then just, really getting that value add and our proposition for them has really been the last 3 years where we're getting that traction.
And you do a lot with I know we're in the same coaching community as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings a lot of value for, I'm sure, your team.
Absolutely.
And my team. I saw a huge difference when I joined that community, and it made a big impact on my business and my personal life as well. So definitely being surrounded by the right people, I should say, whether it's a coach, mentor, whatever you want to call it. Just the environment really, really, really helps. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. I think, I truly believe you are some of the 5 people you're around in your personal life and your professional life. And, I also think that personal and professional really do blend. They're not completely separate. Obviously, business conversations with business colleagues versus your social conversations, but you can't keep that personal life separate. So unless you get your personal life in check, your business life is going to kind of be, standing on shaky ground. So I think, aligning ourselves with the same group as you has really allowed for us to dig deep into what are our core values and what's important to us as people. And then we have started to build our team on that foundation.
Awesome. And you are still transacting, you are still doing transactions yourself.
Yeah, I'm more in the agent management and that side of things. I do a couple a month with very dear friends or past customers, but really Brady is running that side of things, and our team is really doing a great job handling our customers.
So how do you do it with a 3-year-old? For any mom, you're busy. You're icon team, icon agents.
Yeah. We are icon agents heading into our 3rd year as icon agents with eXp Realty, and I think one of the big things for me, because I'll tell you, I did not have balance in my life. I was work hard, play hard, but I was my son was the first one dropped off at his daycare at the time, and he was typically one of the last ones picked up, and I just was living to sell the next house, to get the next milestone, to win the next award, to get the next accolade. And it wasn't until I was running that fast and hit a brick wall when I realized, that's not what's going to make me happy and feel joy. And so I really had to take a step back from focusing on growing that business, because I felt like I had to have this good business to be a good mom. And once I started to really just time block time with my child, as silly as that may sound, but I pick him up by 3:30 on certain days. And so I have to be that productive beforehand, right? I don't have another choice. And I really do want to be present with him. And so it's just being super, super intentional with my time when I'm with him. And then also my time when I'm at work has really helped me. And, as you know, in the last 2 years, I've quit drinking, and that also has given me a lot of time back. And not just, I guess it's not just the alcohol consumption. It's just the entire, where I was
energy and
and where I was spending time before, and, I think I spent a lot of time doing things that were for other people then, and not being authentic to myself. And that took away from my ability to be a great mom. Well, I was, my ability to level up as a mother, and also as a wife, spending time with things that weren't in alignment with who I am. And so really digging deep and finding out who I am and what is important to me has helped me become a better mom and a better leader. And our business is better today than it's ever been in 10 years. And I work less than I have because my hours are more diligent and I'm more focused with those hours.
Yeah, you're so kind of on point with everything you do now versus just winging everything, that's doing so much of everything and being go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think that's a common mistake that agents have, is this shotgun approach, because we'll take a deal from anywhere, right? Especially when we're, getting into business or growing our business, we'll take deals from anywhere. And I know that you can relate, I'm sure, Rima, where you took that deal where you knew up front this was going to be horrible and I'm going to do it anyway because of the dollars attached to it.
We've all been there, we've all done that.
And you're no, why did I do this? And so, it was I started listening to my gut with things and checking in with what feels good. And as soon as I started to do that, I really started to notice I was attracting the right customers and putting boundaries around my time. At the moment I declared that I am a mom first, some people were okay, fine, we're going to go find another agent. And I'm great, I wish you all the best. But the other people who are moms or are parents, they were like, wow, I respect that. I respect that you have a life outside of this. And, they were able to work with us. So I think it's just like kind of sometimes just declaring, and that intentional focus of energy really does help you get further than you could ever with that shotgun approach.
100%. And it's okay to say no. It is really okay to say no, because
Yeah.
we're just like, we might lose something, but we might gain better things in return.
Yeah, it's the multiplication by subtraction, I call it. So you take one thing out that's taking a lot of energy, and then you look over, you're focusing right here, but then you have all this over here to take advantage of.
100%. So now let's switch a little, gives a little bit with the changing market. What do you see happening? Like, I know every market is different. Like, there's some areas that's still doing really well, and they're still seeing multiple offers around the country. Some areas are hurting more than others. Of course, the buyers' demand have changed. Sellers' outlook have changed. What do you see in your market in the Palm Coast area?
Yeah, so Florida's unique. Florida's always been a place that has had a lot of people moving to it. I think before COVID really, came into our lives, we were having like 2,500 people a day move to the state of Florida. So we have a lot of people moving here just because retirement, the weather, all of it. And so the beach, yeah, the beach. And especially, after COVID hit, then people could work remotely. There wasn't this tie to a physical location. We've been seeing more people come here. Politically, a lot of people are moving in here. So I would say that myself and Brady, we haven't exactly experienced the same shift that a lot of areas around the country are seeing, just because people still are moving to Florida. We also, I know that you had mentioned our coaching group earlier. We are in high-level training groups with top agents around the country. And so we've been kind of prepping for this. So we've been having these, quote, difficult, I don't like to call them difficult, honest conversations, right? You have to have honest conversations with your customers because we're the professionals, we know what's going on, we live in the market. So having those honest and direct conversations with our customers have not just set us up for success, but it's set them up for success. And obviously their success is tied to ours. So, Florida, we saw a little bit of a lull when those interest rates skyrocketed, right? Like everyone said, the sky is falling, Chicken Little. But when they went up, we had that lull. But we've been educating our buyers, you're not buying a rate. You're buying a home where you get to, live with your family. So just let's reevaluate your monthly payment versus looking at that interest rate. And also we've been getting really creative with buying rates down and things like that. So I would say our area really hasn't seen that major shift like rest of the country's been experiencing.
Are you seeing more properties, more listing coming to market?
Yeah, we definitely have more inventory, and the days on the market are longer. There are here and there you'll see multiple offers, but not nearly as competitive as it was before.
Which is a great thing for buyers because they're not competing now against so many offers.
Well, and I think it's a great thing for sellers too, because I know we sold our house back in March when everything was kind of crazy, and we had to take off out of town for the weekend because of all the showings and open houses, and we had multiple offers, and that was stressful for me as a seller, like having to tell someone no. It's like not a really fun feeling. So I think honestly, just like the health of the market is best for everyone involved. We haven't seen prices really shift yet. Our market was going right up, and I feel like we're like a pendulum. Like we got here, and so the price reductions we're seeing now were from those sellers that were riding that high. It's not really price reductions past what comps we were seeing. So we're still seeing a slight rise on our purchase prices, but definitely less competition.
Definitely less competition, yeah.
So
and again with the sellers, like we're seeing a lot of sellers overprice their home when things were going like crazy. and those homes were sitting on the market longer than the other homes. And now, with, like you mentioned, with the price reduction, it's not like they're reducing the prices tremendously. It's just it was overpriced to begin with, and then
Right.
you have to adjust what the market is doing right now with the interest rate.
Exactly. That is exactly the conversations we're having too.
Yeah. So what do you in your area? What are you seeing moving forward towards the end of the year? Do you believe that we're gonna still have that a strong, healthy market moving forward, or?
Yeah, yeah. I think Florida is it's its own kind of animal here. I will say politics does play a big role in our state, and what's going on. So we do have an election year. So I'm interested to see what happens with that. We have so many people. I think where Florida is really going to see an effect is where the people who are moving to Florida have issues with selling their homes in their markets that are slowing down. Right now, we have a lot of cash buyers coming in. We have a lot of foreign buyers coming in. So we're not, I'm expecting the rest of this year to have a little bit more of a healthy price increase versus that straight line up. And, I think rates, we also see some shifting with rates. And I think we're going to also, like I mentioned before, like the getting a little creative with offers, right? And we have one right now where we went up in purchase price and to buy the rate down, and they're ending up with a higher purchase price than they originally would have had, but a lower payment because they're taking that extra money to buy their rate down. So I think we're going to see some more of that
Right.
heading into the fall.
And that's more, and people, they don't realize this is, even they paid a little bit more, but it's a better saving on the long term of the loan. That's going to
Yep.
give them way, way, way more savings
Yeah,
for years
exactly.
to come.
Yeah, exactly. So
How are you guys seeing, or is it easier for you with contingent offers right now? Because at one point it was crazy for someone to be contingent, and we had to kind of work all kind of things to make it happen. How are you seeing that market? Is it
yeah,
better?
we definitely have, sellers that are, I think that sellers thought that they were going to keep riding this straight up wave. And I think now that there is some unease with not getting those multiple offers. So people are more willing to accept an offer that's contingent. We've even had one that went under contract and their house was just on the market. It wasn't even under contract yet. So it's really interesting to see. But I think also with that, like some sellers are like, yeah, we'll take an offer because we need that extra time to locate a property too. So I don't know. I'm also seeing agents who are putting more effort into their education and their training too, all around. So I'm seeing a little bit of separation between those like agents who are dedicated to their growth and their development and getting better, kind of go up, get more sales. And then the ones who aren't, the ones that are just complacent, the ones who don't really want to learn. And another thing in our market that's happening right now is we're transitioning MLSs. And so I think, that's a lot to do. And I think some people, are like shifting market, new MLS, I'm going to take a step back and go to be a referral agent. And so I think when those agents who are getting better, when they're having those higher level conversations with their customers, it's really impactful. When you have who you work with does matter these days. And when you have an agent who's solid, it's just going to make your experience as a buyer or seller more pleasant.
100%, 100%.
So,
And what's the future for your team? For you?
Yeah. Well, I think a big goal that we have for the rest of this year is to expand our organization outside of Flagler County, expand it outside of Florida. We just brought on 2 agents, one from Georgia, one from Illinois. So we're really excited about that, and just sharing, the growth that we've had with our company that we're currently at has really, we've been here for 3 years. We're in it. We know the systems and we're seeing the impact in our life. And so we're ready to share that with as many people as we can. So that's kind of there. Brady and I this year we are on track to close 100 homes, and thank you. Yeah, that's super exciting. I remember when Brady said it out loud, like this time last year, he's like, next year I want to do 100 transactions. I was like, you're crazy. But, we put the systems in place, aligning ourselves with the right people. You and I are coaching with Sunit. I believe you're still coaching with him. And we've put some really solid systems in place, and we're just watching our business grow from that. And we're focused on our customers. We're focused on providing value to everyone in our organization, whether you be an agent that works with us or a buyer or seller. All we are trying to do is provide value. And as we're providing value, we're noticing like just everything become elevated. So it's been really awesome the last 6 months. We're loving life with our 3.5-year-old almost, and almost can't believe it. And so he's going to remain a priority to us, and keeping that.
Stinking cute too.
I know, he's like right outside the door. If he runs over, I'll have him pop in. But he's the best. He's so funny too. Obviously, he's grown up in this industry. So now Brady was walking out the door to go to a showing, and he's like, "Bye, Dad. Good luck at selling a house." And I'm like, "Oh."
That is so cute.
Yeah,
future agent.
Right, real estate agent in training. So he's tons of fun. So
that's amazing. That's amazing. So 100 transaction this year, and probably 150, 170 next year.
Oh, I don't know. It's funny because it's like, how, I guess it's that mindset, right? Like I couldn't see 100 in a year, and now it's like, okay, so what is next? And I think one of our areas of focus, it probably will be going up to 150, but because we're going to be focusing on helping our agents grow and helping them really dial in the practices that we now have as second nature, and all those systems, and just sharing with them and pouring into them and allowing our agents to really, just soar and really experiencing a lot of that growth. We have a lot of brand new agents, and I guess I shouldn't say a lot, but we have several brand new agents. A lot of them in their 20s, which just brings me so much joy because I love this career. And, I was 26 when I got licensed, and have just seen the impact of getting in this business young. And I'm honestly on fire to help those young agents. We have an intern right now. She's 17. She's 17. She's going to be a senior this year. She turns 18 in December, and she's planning on getting licensed. And I'm just so excited to kind of push them all forward, get behind them, and just cheer them on and get them really growing their businesses.
Wow, that's great. Well, keep pushing, keep contributing, and keep inspiring, my friend. That's amazing. That's really amazing. Especially most of your agents are brand new agents that they started from nothing, and now they're with you, and you're changing lives, which is phenomenal. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, my friend.
And you're inspiring so many people. And I watch you all the time with your family selling, and just like with your spiritual stuff, and it's really, really amazing to see.
Thank you so much.
Wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I know you were busy with appraisal, and I don't know what's going on in your lives, but I appreciate you popping in, and we'll do it again soon.
Yes, thank you guys, and thank you, Rima. You are always so wonderful to talk to, and I'm so grateful for your friendship. So thank you.
Will I see you in Tahoe?
Yes, we will be out there. I think Brady's going to go to the conference, and I'm going to mom it. So I'll be there with little man during the break. So.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I'll see you soon, honey.
Okay.
Bye.